Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all the different mob spawners that can generate in your Minecraft world. And so if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. And so of course the spawners you see right beside me here will not naturally generate in your world, but there are actually 7 unique mobs that can be spawned in with mob spawners that generate naturally in your world. And I'll go through all 7 of these different mobs, and I'll show you where you can find the monster spawners that can summon in these types of mobs. And so all of these spawners generate in some part of a structure. So if you think you know all the different mob spawners that can generate in Minecraft worlds, then leave a comment down below with all the different types of mob spawners and in which structure they generate. I am interested to see how many of these mob spawners you know already and which are lesser known. And so before we go to all the monster spawners that naturally generate in your world, I'll quickly just show you how to get spawners with any type of mob you want in creative. So let's say you want to get a cow spawner. Well, that doesn't usually exist and can't generate anywhere in your world. But if you want to get it, you just have to first give yourself a spawner like this, /give add p spawner, place it down. And wait, that's a pig spawner. Yeah, so it defaults to a pig spawner, but you can change the mob it spawns by right-clicking it with a spawn egg. And so just go through every single spawn egg you want, so you can summon any of these mobs using spawners. And if you grab a cow spawn egg and then right-click the spawner with it, we'll see it changes to a cow spawn egg, and there we go, it spawns in cows now. Alright, so that is how to get any other type of spawner, but now let's just see which type of spawners can generate in your world naturally, starting off with the zombie spawner. So there's only one place where you will be able to find zombie spawners or mob cages, and that is in a dungeon, which is a structure that looks something like this. And so this structure will generate with a single monster spawner, and there are actually 3 different variants, each with their own mob in the monster spawner. And so the zombie one is actually the most common. 50% of dungeons will have a zombie spawner in the center of the structure, and then the other 50% is split between 2 other mobs. The first of which is the skeleton. So yes, there's also a skeleton spawner, as many of you probably already know, that can generate in a dungeon. And here is an example of a skeleton spawner generating in the center of a dungeon. So 1 out of 4 dungeons will have a skeleton spawner, so you'll have to travel through a couple of them probably before you'll find one of these skeleton spawners. And so this is also the only structure where you will be able to find skeleton spawners. And these of course make great skeleton farms for survival worlds early on. And then there is a 3rd version of the dungeon with 1 different spawner in it. And that is the spider spawner. But the spider spawner can actually generate in another structure as well. But first let's look at the spider spawner in the dungeon. And here is a dungeon with a spider spawner in it. And just like with the skeleton spawner, there is a 1 in 4 chance of you getting one of these spider spawners. And so in total, there is a 50% chance you get a zombie spawner, a 25% chance you get a skeleton spawner, and a 25% chance you get a spider spawner. And so as I already mentioned, this is not the only place you can find a normal spider spawner. There is 1 more structure that you can find the normal spider spawner in. And surprisingly, that structure is the woodland mansion. Yes, so there is a spider spawner that can generate in the woodland mansion. It doesn't always generate because it generates in one of the secret rooms. If you want to know all the secret rooms of the woodland mansion and all the secret rooms in Minecraft in general, I made a video on that. Link is in the top right of your screen, so check it out after this video. But this room right over here contains a whole lot of cobwebs and a spider spawner. And so the dungeon and the woodland mansion are the 2 places where you can find a spider spawner naturally generating in your world. But apart from normal spider spawners, there is another type of spider in the game. That is of course the cave spider. And the cave spider does have its very own spawner as well, which is right here. So in the mineshaft structure, you can find these areas with lots of cobwebs, and in these areas you will find cave spider spawners, and these can actually generate a lot in this structure, and so you could have up to 8 different cave spider spawners activated at the same time close to each other. But most of the time there's just 1 or 2 close to each other. But here we see both the spider spawner and the cave spider spawner, one in the dungeon and the other in the mineshaft. For the next monster spawner, you will have to go to the stronghold, because at the end of a stronghold there's of course the end portal room, which contains a monster spawner that spawns in Silverfish. This is the only place where you will be able to find Silverfish spawners, and only one of them generates per stronghold. So these are quite rare, but I do get it if you just break this, because these Silverfish can get very annoying when you're trying to enter the end. And then for the final two monster spawners, we'll have to move into a different dimension, but no, not the end. We'll have to move over to the nether. And the first of these final two spawners is the blaze spawner, which you can find in the nether fortress structure. So up to 2 of these can generate per nether fortress, and they of course summon in blazes. This is one probably a lot of people know about already, but the second type of spawner in the nether might be lesser known, because this final monster spawner generates in the bastion remnant structure. And so this is the 7th mob that generates from a monster spawner that naturally generates in your world. So for the treasure room bastion remnant, if you go down this large room all the way to the bottom, there's these blocks of gold, and to the left right over here is a monster spawner with a magma cube in it. And so this spawner will spawn in magma cubes at the bottom of the bastion remnant structure. And there we go, those are the 7 different mobs that have naturally generating spawners in Minecraft. If you liked this video, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. I want to thank my tier 3 member, the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. But there we go, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye!